Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is Semi-Original Guy, aka Mr. Cannon, from AWBW, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, we are on It's a Sign of the Times. This is a standard matchup with 3 bases, airport, and multiple comm towers. Total of 4 comm towers on the entire map and a wildly large amount of terrain. Now, this is a Tier 4 matchup between 2 Tier 4 COs. Today, we have Valior and EnlistedHorse as the combatants for this match. These are 2 people that I've seen quite often in the live league, so it should be a good one. They're both fairly experienced. Valior is actually a member of my Discord community. I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can actually join and be a member of my Discord community as well, if you choose to. If you don't, that is perfectly fine. Alrighty, so today we have Adder. Now, we all know Adder. He gets absolutely no day-to-day abilities. However, his side slip and side winder abilities will increase his movement by +1 and +2 respectively. So he can be a very, very good CO when it comes to the old Tier 4. And in addition to that, we also have Jess. Now, Jess gets a penalty to her air, navy, and infantry and mech units by -10% firepower, unfortunately. But she makes up for it by having +10% day-to-day on all of her vehicle units. Her co-power will increase her movement by 1 and increase her firepower, as well as replenish her fuel and ammo. And the super co-power will increase that movement to 2 and even further boosting the firepower of those units. Alrighty. So without further ado, we are not going to waste any time. We are going to get right into this one. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's get into it here. Alrighty, on day 1, we all know what is going to be happening here. It is our standard infantry builds. You got to get the infantry on the field. Kind of interesting little thing with this map. So on this map, normally you would see like a 2-day capture chain in order to actually capture a base. On this map, it's 3. So a little bit different from the normal maps of Advanced Wars, but you know, nothing really out of the ordinary. Both players are going for those neutral bases and sending their infantry forward. It actually looks like EnlistedHorse is going for this capture chain down here, double properties and a property leading onto a road, leading all the way down to the comm tower right afterwards. Now, there's a couple approaches you can do to this map. Obviously, you could go heavy on the sides, go heavy on your strong front, push over here, overwhelm this side over here. Or you can push your strong front into the mid, capture these properties, and make a push for the HQ. You do have to watch over the airport in the middle there. However, you know, you get enough air unit support and or anti-airs on the field, and that basically neutralizes that airport to a degree. Alright, so both players once again going for the capture chains. It looks like EnlistedHorse has opened up with an early tank over there on the top right side. Very good. Like to see the early tanks for sure. Valior has actually opened up as well with the tank on his strong front over here. Tank built from this position, I think it's probably fine. This is the best position. I think you'd be able to get up here and be able to get up here right away. I think what you really want to do is you want to be able to either hold your position on this city or this tile right here. Those are probably 2 pretty strong positions. But you are going to need more reinforcements for sure. Considering this is a 2-base side versus a 1-base side, definitely want to be pumping out lots and lots of units from that side. Considering that EnlistedHorse has actually decided to go double tank on the weak side as well, we have decided to respond to that with a tank artillery base skip. Very interesting buy. I'm not opposed to it. Not opposed to it at all. I'm a little opposed to base skipping on this side, obviously, because we have a massive amount of infantry versus a smaller amount of infantry. However, as long as we don't push too far up, I think it'll be perfectly fine. Increasing vehicle count on the strong front is definitely a fairly good idea. So yeah, we only have 13k in the bank right now for Valior. EnlistedHorse has built another tank and a recon, actually, out of the furthest left property over here. So very nice. So it's going to be able to deny that comm tower if in the event Valior does decide to go for that. But also it's going to be able to deny a lot of captures, be able to severely harass those infantry down there too. It will force Valior to make a respawn unit. So whether that be a tank, another recon, you know, that's up for debate. I think probably a tank, yeah. We want to go tank. Oh, another base skip, actually. Super interesting. So double base skip. Hurting the unit count quite a bit here with the double base skip, but we have 2 artilleries and a tank over here, and early aggression here, actually. Early just aggression onto a tank, not a bad idea. Considering we have that firepower bonus right now, it would have been nice to have the comm tower, but you know, sadly, things cannot be perfect all the time, which is perfectly fine. All right, infantry's moving up and recon's moving up. I think this recon had the ability to go on to the comm tower. Did it not? No, it doesn't. Okay, so maximum movement from the recon is perfectly fine. Tank built out of the strong front over here for the enlisted horse and an artillery bias. So we got 3 tanks over here on this side and an artillery. So that could be very interesting, actually. If we push up with the tanks, obviously build some sort of a wall with the artillery backup, it'd be a pretty defensive position. However, Valior can just do the exact same thing, and he's got double artillery at the moment. Behind on 1 tank count at the moment. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go up and strike the infantry with our weakened tank and bring an artillery into position to actually guard that tank. Bringing another tank up to actually further respond to that over here. Does not look like Adder has much of a response to it. Could potentially go for a 2-shot on this guy, however that would be counterattacked by at least the artillery. Possibly have a tank backup as well. Now it really just depends on what this mid tank decides to do, I think. Classy medium tank. Oh my god, Valior, you are just the prodigy child over here, busting out the medium tank, the classy medium tank on day 9. You never see it. You never see it, folks, but it's here. Day 9 medium tank. This is wild. I think that's a lucky roll. That is without a doubt a lucky roll. Yeah, that's a lucky roll. Normally, you would not see a full clear on an infantry there, but it does happen. There is a potential chance for a clear. It's very rare. It's a very low chance, but it is possible. Enlisted Horse, what a flipping classy man himself over here, busting out the classy medium tank. Gonna be riding full horsepower to the front lines pretty soon here. Are we going to see a massive medium tank clash over here in the mid? I don't know. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. We might see it. Valior hurting in the unit count, like I said, just a little bit. Has lost quite a few units, although does first strike a tank in the middle. So that is pretty okay. Nice, actually, engagement with those tanks here. So an 8-5. That's basically best case scenario for you right there. It does look like Enlisted Horse is going to be able to capture the comm tower. And Valior has also captured both comm towers. Technically, at the moment, just is a 130 over 100 firepower for those vehicle units. And the infantry and everything else are basically going to be 110. So that is a pretty ideal situation for Jess. However, Adder is sitting at base 120. So that is also pretty good. And once he actually activates his co-power, that's going to be 130% firepower for all of his units. So it's going to be very, very effective indeed. He's like a little mini Von Bolt on steroids at the moment when those co-powers pop. Little fast Von Bolt on steroids. You know, his little chair's got some jet engine, jet fuel coming out of there. So it's pretty cool. Maybe even some hydraulics, who knows, for the flashy points. Alright, double hit over here on this infantry in the middle. I do believe that is a free shot. Yeah, that's a free shot. Obviously, take that shot. It's not going to really hurt your position over here at all. So I do like that. We're going to go up and attempt to cap a city. Ooh. Going to try to grab one of the Enlisted Horse new or pre-owned or owned cities actually over here. I do believe that this is probably going to go through. I do not see any potential to actually break that. Enlisted Horse brought his units back a little bit too far, I think. I think he needed to sort of hold the position like maybe over here a little bit. Maybe it would have been a little bit better for him to, you know, jump in there if need be. Now, this does look like Valior is definitely going to be able to flip that property here. And he also built a rocket over here, which is, yeah, it's fine. You know, it's fine. Rockets are kind of hit or miss most of the time. They tend to get bullied over here on the semi-original guy channel. However, rocket out of this position I don't think is necessarily too bad. It is vulnerable severely to the air units, obviously, if they did make it all the way over here. But rocket over here, guarded by these 2 mountains, guarded by a unit on this city, right? And a unit right here. immediate reinforcement to the base. It's really, really good at locking down these properties over here, so I don't mind that move at all. And just waiting the tank right there. I guess it's fine from the enlisted horse. It's not really... Can't really safely bring it up, so I don't know. I guess that's fine. This infantry is vulnerable to a counter attack right now, though, so that's a thing. That's a thing that's going to be happening pretty soon. Double air or double battlecopter build for sure is a good idea. You got to get the battlecopter trade or chains going. We'll force Valior to actually spend a little bit of his money on anti-airs, so unless he wants to go copter, of course. He could definitely go copter if he wants, but I think anti-air might be a little bit of a better unit for Jess. Especially considering that Adder is going to have access to that +1 movement. He would basically lose the copter battles like pretty quick. Now, we had a nice little attack over here, clearing an infantry. We do leave the medium tank in a position where it can be struck by another medium tank. Potential to bring the copter over here and actually strike it again. So, I'm very interested to see what's going to be happening here. However, you know, we got a rocket blocking it, so it's... I think it's pretty safe overall, you know. The medium tanks work best in groups for sure. Savage attack down here on the lone base side and actually bringing some units up to threaten some camps on neutral properties and pops the side slip. Pops the side slip. This is a questionable side slip. The only thing that I can really see for why he might be thinking to pop the side slip is maybe bring this guy and this guy over here to do a two-pronged attack over there. And maybe get a good position with these guys. Aside from that, like, I don't really know what the other reason would be. Yeah, okay, so that's it. That's it. That's fine. That's great. That's not too bad. Doesn't move any of these units. Overall, not sure how effective that is in the long run, but I mean, we did take out quite a few units and we're way ahead in unit count right now, and the value's looking pretty good. However, Jess does have access to a co-power right now. Lots of artillery on this game, so wild. So lots of people go tanks in live. You know, tanks are really, really easy to use, but artillery are super powerful. You know, you can catch your opponent off guard so well with artillery. It is like, it's wild. Anti-air build over here. Definitely got to get an anti-air in order to ward off the copters for sure. This is asking to be attacked over here. However, if the tank does attack this, it's going to do only like a maximum of 3 damage. This guy will probably heal up to 9 the next turn. He'll be able to get right back into the fight, no problem. As long as you have an anti-air with, like, I'm going to say 6 HP. 6 HP is an ideal injured anti-air. So as long as he's got 6 HP, it's okay. So we joined up a couple units here. Suffers our unit count a little bit, but we did manage to get quite a few clears around the map here. And we got a nice big defensive position over here with the artillery. However, we do not have any anti-air in position to actually block this. So the copters are going to be able to get quite a few hits over here. Easy hit on, like, let's say the artillery right here and actually interrupt on this guy for sure. These guys got to get out of here. They got to come over here and move into the fight. I mean, when your opponent has nothing but artillery, you can go, like, just out of range, like, with all these tanks. These guys are not really contributing to the fight at the moment, so they got to pump. They got to push out, and they got to go to, like, this line right here. You set these guys on this line, it's perfectly fine, because your next side slip is going to be able to just completely stomp your opponent. I was just asking for a medium tank to get destroyed. Anyways, oh, we took it down to 6. Okay, so whatever, that's fine. 8 HP anti-air is still good. So we surround the medium tank. Copter moves in, Copter moves in. So we're gonna forego the city, which I'm not, like, a huge fan of. There's no reason for us to really attack this infantry. Like, we should stop the cap and we should go and attack here if that's what we're gonna do. I mean, maybe he's, like, worried that he's gonna get surrounded, but I mean, if he moves a guy here, the only way that he's gonna get surrounded is if the vehicles move behind him. If he moves this army right here, there's no chance that that guy is gonna get surrounded. Like, we bring this, we attack here, and we attack, like, here. And if you're really worried about getting surrounded, I mean, you could sit this guy right here, and then you have, like, a clear escape path, more or less, right? But these guys, like I said, they gotta calm down, man. They gotta stop just sitting up there and just doing not too much at all. Let's see if they do. They don't come all the way down. Yeah, bring them over here. They're not helping the fight over there, so we definitely gotta bring those guys forward. So I was watching this match live a little bit here. And what did I see here? Like, are we actually able to... yeah, so we can actually get the medium tank out of here, right? So if we decide to... Well, if we decide to get the medium tank out... I'm not sure what the role on this is, right? But it's possible that this might be a clear... I think it might not be, but... Okay, so there's a couple routes you can go. So, like, infantry into this thing, I think that might be a full counterattack, so you would lose this guy, and then you would be able to follow up anti-air, finish it off, or you can anti-air copter, finish it off. I believe. No, you wouldn't be... no, you can't use the copter. Yeah, do this, and then do this. That clears right there. Then you can medium tank, copter, hit this. Medium tank leaves city, attacks medium tank. Boom. Big damage right there. But we'll see what Valior decides to do. So we use the rocket to finish off the tank. We attack the medium tank. Build a stinky Neo tank. And then we reposition the line in the middle. Okay, so that's, I don't know, you know, it's not bad. It's not really like the best move that you can possibly do, but we reinforce the Neo tank. We do clear a tank over here. We just could have did a lot more damage for sure if we had managed to clear that, and then attack this, right? All that he would really be left with was that 7 HP tank, and I'd probably much rather fight a 7 HP tank than an 8 HP medium tank. But either way, he's going to be forced to retreat here. He's not going to be able to fight into this. However, medium tank could come over here and clear this this rocket, like, no problem. So he might be planning on a medium tank sacrifice in order to do that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh boy, would you look at that? He cleared the rocket. So as tradition on the semi-original guy, Advanced Wars by Web channel, rockets have been bullied on the channel. So the tradition continues to another generation. Wonderful. Little too late moving these guys out. Like I said, they gotta really move out. I mean, like, he's got one tank and one anti-air. You gotta bring these guys at least over to the HQ. I think that's, like, probably definitely what has to happen. These guys over here are not really doing anything. If you bring them over here at least, then you would be able to have a lot more options for your setup rather than just a forced move to a location, right? So I think that's pretty important. Now it is Valior's turn. We're gonna pop a turbocharge, just normal co-power. Alright, not too bad. Lots and lots of firepower around the board here. So let's see what he manages to do. I mean, this Neo tank is just gonna obliterate this medium tank, and it's gonna be very, very sad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Medium tank just sitting on the city, just holding it down. You know what? That's fine. That's a champion medium tank. T-copter build. Okay, interesting. Alright, retreating out of that location. So we're going to go mid. We're going to defend the HQ because we have a pretty large presence over here. Enlisted Horse's turn at the top of day 15. Brings Battlecopter in. Attacks the medium tank. Attacks the medium tank. Attacks the medium tank. And we could go in with the tank. Clears medium tank. Alright. Unfortunately, the medium tank has been cleared. Neo tank coming in actually to defend this medium tank and the rest of the boys over here too. So, all in all, not too bad of an attack. Unfortunately, we lose one copter, I guess, to the anti-air. If we clear the infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're pretty close to another power though next turn, so we might be able to do a little bit of clears. These guys need to go over here. Just get over there. It's fine. Everything will be good. Just go over there. Also, the James Bond unit over here got sniped by a tank, so that guy's gone. Unfortunately. It was okay. Alright, so double tank anti-air build at the moment. Attempting to flip a property over here, which is fine. Valior is actually ahead by 24 to 22, so it is up to Enlisted Horse to be able to flip a property somewhere. Spot Breeze is kind of risky, but at the same time, it does give Valior an option. You know, he either attacks the artillery or attacks the city. That's the two options. If he attacks the city, he's going to get blasted by artillery. And a couple tanks. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Oh yeah, this guy's here. Oh, that's even funnier. Okay. I forgot this guy was here, so that's okay. I guess fun fact is we could probably move up here, clear this guy, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear this with this anti-air, move this anti-air over here, clear that. This anti-air moves in, clear that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, if we could clear that, that'd be good too, but I don't think we want to move the Neo tank that close. So, but using the 2 anti-airs to clear the last 2 copters on the field, that wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Because he could only be able to clear one of our copters next turn. So, I think that's okay. Anyways. So, we're going to pop a turbocharge. Very nice. Get a clear over here. Maybe we are going to be going for the anti-air. Alright, so we go for the anti-air. Very nice. And we clear everything anyways, so not too bad. Alright. Good job, Mr. Valior. So if it was our idea to use the co-power all along, not too bad of a move. I don't mind it. Another rocket build too, very interesting. So definitely going pretty heavy on the rockets over here in order to lock down these properties. So it's not too bad at all. Day 16, Enlisted Horse. Suffering a little bit on the unit count at the moment. All the way down to 23. However, it has like fairly good unit value compared to Valior. Does have a co-power in the bank right now. So he's going to pop the co-power. Nice. That's not too bad. And Valior actually went for the interrupt on this property here. So he is going to be smacked up by an artillery, probably artillery tank combo over here. He has absolutely no power charge after this too, right? So artillery tank combo is going to be able to take out that guy. We can't really get any other safe shots due to the artillery right here. But we're going to be able to get some stuff done here. Ooh, big old strike on the Neo tank from a Neo tank of our own. Medium tank clear on the Neo tank. Very nice. That's what you like to see, folks. And like overall, I wouldn't say that there's like anything super bad with this, but the fact that we have multiple artillery here, it is pretty rough. But I mean, we had to clear the Neo tank. I do believe that that is something that really had to be done. So I guess we're just going to have to eat the consequences of that and deal with the artillery right afterwards. And the rocket maybe, if it decides to base lock itself. So we'll see. See what happens here. Another tank build, double tank build, and another infantry build over here from the Enlisted Horse. Very nice. Ooh. Multiple indirect hits. Very, very spooky indeed. Doesn't manage to actually clear anything except for a tank, but does take them all the way down to 1 and 2. So pretty devastating. And now there's a whole slew of artillery units over here. That is wow. That's a sight to behold. Alright, so we clear what did we clear there? Was that a anti-air? Yeah, so we clear the anti-air with a medium tank. So at the moment, that's just kind of throwing units away. I mean, we do take 2 guys down to 2, but I mean, we have a clear shot with both of these artillery still. So unless we actually, I mean, unless we clear these 2 artillery, it's not really super worth it to attack those. I don't know, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what the Enlisted Horse has in store. Then just use the co-power, clears a battlecopter, and actually attacks another one of the artillery. Wow. Not too bad at all. So, being able to take out 3 of the artillery, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. This front just got smacked. Got the smackdown laid to it over here. Alright, but once again, it is Valior's turn, and he has options. This is a smart move 100% a smart move attacking the anti-air. Now, if we clear the anti-air, which we did, this leaves our lone battlecopter over here, basically uncontested to these tanks. So it's going to be our saving grace over here. It's going to be able to do some damage. So let's continue on here. Base lock ourselves with the rocket once again. Surround the tank. Bring the T-copter up as an extra blocker. Builds a bomber. He's building a bomber, folks. We got a Jess bomber on the field. And it is ready. It is so ready over here. This is beautiful. I love it. The classy boys of the sky, folks. The bombers. You love to see them. Cheeky little move over here. Look at this from the enlisted horse. So we're sitting at 17,800 funds. Bring a Neo tank back and actually join it together to boost those funds all the way to 24,400. Little cheeky, little nifty, little play. Builds a fighter to counter the bomber. This is the stuff of legend, folks. This is what you like to see. Once again, we got to bring these guys out here. They're absolutely doing nothing to contribute to the fight. We got to bring them out, and we have to sit them like over here on this train or something. Because they're not really doing anything. Just sending an infantry forward to attempt to cap a city is not doing much. Okay, so cleared an infantry, took attack, overdrive. All right, we got the Super Co power up here, so we're popping the overdrive. Look at that movement. Oh my god. Savage movement, folks. Manages to clear a tank over there. Look at this flipping hero recon over here, just rushing up to the back lines to snipe an artillery. Oh my god. What a guy. Alright, manages to clear the infantry on the city and manages to get a nice shot on that tank over there. So not too bad at all. Clears another infantry and brings the forces forward over here. So very nice. Enlisted Horse definitely in a tight spot at the moment. We're going to have to figure out something pretty soon for what we're going to do. So we bring the fighter forward. Neo tank goes a little bit more forward, just out of battle or bomber range. It's not too bad there. And we are just hunkering down in the corner. Like, we're not even moving out of the corner. We're just going to let these guys come to us, I guess. That would be an overextension by Valior over here if we did go in here and start fighting that. Eventually, he would lose the fight. But the thing is if we do go up and attack him and he's forced to hunker in this corner, boom, there's a flipping HQ right there, guys. You could just like go up and attack and just send one infantry over here and be like, whoa, what are you gonna do now? I got an HQ over here. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you would do in that situation. Probably lose. Like, look at this. He's just going right up to the HQ. This is wild. This is wild stuff, folks. The southern corner is looking perfectly fine. Alright, so Enlisted Horse, we're sitting down at 20 units and getting dangerously low on time. Like, we're playing on an increment at the moment, so we're going to have to come up with some really big brain moves here pretty soon. We do have a couple options here. I mean, one thing we could potentially do is we could actually use the fighter to just sit on the HQ. That would make it so Valior would not be able to cap it at all. He would be forced to go for other properties while we bring these guys in here and just annihilate this force. However, that would leave the bomber sort of uncontested, right? But if we go up and attack the bomber, we lose the fighter. So that's a... Those are the kind of... That's the conundrum that we got right now. But we do a nice attack. So these guys are finally getting active. Like, imagine if these guys were here, like, the entire game. I mean, they could have went mid. They could have went down here. They could have been a huge help. Huge help to the fight. But instead they kind of stood up in the corner. But this is a very nice defense over here. I'm very much liking this. We have the artillery in range of the HQ, so if the infantry does go up and attack or start to capture it, boom, we do have that option to interrupt over here. Plus we could simply bring one of these guys over here too. Like maybe bring this tank. We wouldn't be able to put it here because then we would be blocked in. Like we'd be forced to maybe put it here. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. That would work. either. We'd have to like put it like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'd have to put it here and risk getting a shot. That would maybe be what we would have to do. Neotank taking a fat shot on a battlecopter over here, taking it all the way down to 30. Oh my god, Neotanks, man, they're so stinky. Taking out battlecopters with the pure stench of their filth over here. Alrighty. We got Valior over here at the top, or bottom of the day 20. We do manage to clear that fighter, bringing a fighter up on our run. We are pulling back from the HQ cap. Very smart move. We are not going to be able to cap the HQ and cannot fight into that at the moment, so we do have to pull back. Got quite a few injured units actually, and our unit value is sitting all the way down at 98,000. However, we do have a buy, so it is going to be going up, but definitely suffered a bit in the last few turns. Buys another rocket down, so definitely going to be trying to lock these properties hard. And we're going to be losing a lot of money from repairs here pretty soon. Once again, going for that property, it's not going to happen. But at this point now, it is going to be a distraction. So it's okay if we're going to go for this property now that we actually have some forces here. But before we had no forces, right? It's just asking for a unit to die for no reason, essentially. Which just, at the end of the day, is just going to hurt our unit value quite a bit. 3 rockets on the field. 3 rockets on the field, folks. Things are getting wild over here. Alright, doesn't really attack except for finishing off that guy and just builds the rockets. Like, this is getting wild. Just absolutely wild. I would not want to be fighting into 3 rockets, that's for sure. At that point, you front shift and fight somewhere else. I don't really know any way that you would be able to get the rockets, get rid of the rockets, especially with this many forces just sort of in the way. And the fighter is a huge thorn. A huge thorn in the side, because the only way you're going to be able to clear that fighter is with an anti-air and or another fighter, right? So this is like the ultimate blocker. Like, this guy could like go over here and just like completely block off this army from getting to these spots. I mean, obviously there is a forest here, but I mean, you put a tank on the forest, you put a fighter over here, and you position your rockets over here, and then you wall right here, like, nothing is getting by that, folks. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nice little attack from the Enlisted Horse last turn here. We did pull up here and just start wailing on people over here. Yeah, you know what? It's not too bad. Not too bad of an attack. Valior is going to be able to counterattack, but he's not going to be able to do like a massive amount of damage. Yeah, so forced to retreat. Builds another stinky Neo tank. You hate to see it, but it happens, so it's okay. Blocks the wall break potential with the fighter. I would have liked to see the fighter over here, to be honest, but it's fine. Going over here is perfectly good. It's like not really an issue. I mean, the fighter over here is out of the way of being able to be effective for fighting the battlecopters that may be coming, but it's such a good blocker, you know. It's such a good blocker over there, and with the limited terrain that you can go, I think it's wonderful. It's just a wonderful unit. All right, Neotank going into the middle, and we are actually setting up for a little Caparino down here in the corner, and still attempting to grab that that city. Same one. Still been going for this one city the entire time. So Enlisted Horse is determined to get that city. Like, absolutely wants that city. Leaves an artillery in the front lines. What did we attack with that? Did we attack anything with that? Yeah, we attacked that. Okay. Whatever. It's fine. Probably going to get blasted to smithereens, but we got lots and lots of defense over here. So, limited options actually to attack over here, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 full HP tanks, 2 injured tanks, and this guy, the artillery. So, yeah, limited resources. I don't know how efficient or effective an attack would go in here, especially because we have the Neo tank that could rush in, but we're going to see. See what happens. Bringing the Neo tank up. So we are going to take a shot on the artillery and build a medium tank down south. So very nice. Interesting. Okay. Just setting up. We're just setting up. That's all. I would have liked to see this rocket move right here. Now, the only reason is because this rocket could probably fire on one of these two guys, which in turn would definitely guarantee a 2-shot KO on one of these two guys. The medium tank does clear on city and on plane with super co-power. It probably would not clear with just a co-power. So just a little extra security blanket in my mind would be pretty good. Even this guy, you know, this guy could even move right here and probably be fine. Alright, so let's see. Enlisted horse. We're going in for a capture. Going in for a kibbity cap. Looking pretty good. I wonder, if he uses co-power, I'm not sure if it would be a clear. It might still be a clear. But we have 140% defense. Might not be a clear. I'm not sure. I don't have the damage calculator up, so I can't really check it at the moment, but I think it's a clear because it's like 100. I think overcharge is 160% firepower or 140% firepower with the comp tires. It's up to like 160% firepower, so should be a clear. Either way, yeah, clear. And the infantry has been severely injured over here, so that guy is going down. And we are gonna go in for an attack. Manages to clear away all the way to the city, so the Neo tank just manages to sit pretty over there on that guy. And we just go into the heart of things over here. We just dive right in, and we're going for it. We're going for it. Times are incredibly low at the moment. We're sitting at 2-minute increment. Valior at 0 time, so we are going to be on 2-minute increment for the rest of the game by the looks of it here. Although we are on day 25, we use a Sidewinder super that is +2 movement. And we are attempting to... Oh my god, this hero Neo tank. Look at this Neo tank. Look at the cojones on this guy. He just rolls in there and just blasts one of the rockets. What a guy. What a champion. Other tank moves in. Continuing to attempt to cap this corner. It's not really going to work. We do have an interrupt potential on this property here. So it really depends on what's going to happen up here. Like, are we going to be able to get to a city and be able to attempt to flip it? Or are we going to be forced to retreat? Okay, hold on. We ran out of time. Alright, so we ran out of time and we were unable to actually finish the turn. So that is absolutely devastating. However, we did get our builds. So I guess that's fine. However, that's going to just put us at a very bad spot, unfortunately. If we managed to get the attacks on like the tanks and stuff, I think that might have been okay. But we ran out of time, unfortunately. Neo tank, hero Neo tank down in the corner. Smells bad, but you know he tried his best. He definitely went in guns blazing, hoping for the best. Unfortunately, there was just too much. There was just too many units over there. That's just it, you know. That's just it. Valior out of time once again. So now, like extreme increment mode, day 26 rolling in. And oh my god, we have a base lock over here. It's not going to be like a super long base lock because we have the bomber and the battlecopter plus tank right here. So that is not going to be holding for a super long time. But I mean, it's a base lock. Takes the medium tank down to 2 HP with a nice little tank strike. So it's very cool, very nice. Medium tank's moving in up north, creating a little, I don't even know what to call this, but it's nice. You know, it's a nice formation. This Neo tank up here is going to be just absolutely smelly. It's going to be able to basically just destroy anything. It's going to be able to destroy anything that it touches. So, once again, Enlisted Horse is sitting at 22. Like, are we going to be able to flip a property? I really, really, really want to know. Are we going to be able to do it? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he used all his movements. He's got nothing. This property is flipped. That property is flipped. This is an even game. Bust out the Neo Tank. 6 or like 4 days left. 4 days left. We flipped it. We flipped the property. Oh my god, cap that property. Cap it, cap it, cap it, cap it, cap it. Oh my god, just cap the property. Cap the property. Yes! Oh! We capped the property, guys. The enlisted horse has even the game. Oh, it's even. It's even schmeven. This is like wild, man. After all that fighting, we managed to actually flip the property. I'm so proud of the enlisted horse right here. That's amazing. Just wonderful, man. Just wonderful. Good job. This guy should have been healing like the entire time. He's just been sitting at 1 HP, like not doing anything. Like, have some... Just care for your classy medium tanks, folks. Just make them feel good about themselves. Alright, bomber chain coming out of the south. Full surrounds this area over here. I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do. It is day 28. Enlisted horse definitely has to go heavy over here in the top corner now. Uses the, it looks like a desperation power for defense by the looks of it here. Battlecopters really are our best friend at the moment because I think it's probably the only thing that can stop a cap on this property. So if that goes down, I kind of fear the worst, unfortunately. Clears all the infantry over here. We go in for a cap on this property. I would have liked to see this property get capped, to be completely honest. We could... This property is 100% guaranteed. There's no way. There's no way that that property would be flipped. Oh, wait, no. He can just go for all 3 of the properties. Oh, whatever. You know what? Wonderful. Just wonderful. And like I was saying, this fighter, man. This fighter. Perfect blocker over here. But with that, we do manage to grab 2 properties there. So that is the resign. And just wonderful, man. Just wonderful. Crazy game, actually, because like once we started getting really low on time, it was just something else, you know. Both players did play pretty good. Like I said, Valior played pretty good here. A couple like little small mistakes over here and there, but you know, nothing really like overall that was like super bad. He did manage to pull out like a lot of really good moves, right? And even some moves that I wasn't really thinking of, you know, he just went in there. But when you're playing the game and you're thinking about it, you know, you tend to see a couple things, you know. But overall, I think Enlisted Horse did pretty good. The one major like flaw in the entire game was just keeping this army back. Like these guys, just keeping them back for like so long. So that's one of the problems, because you go in and you fight one side, right? You build up units on another side, but then you're just fighting over here, and then these guys aren't doing anything, right? And look at this. So like 1, 2, 3 tanks versus, well, let's go back a couple turns, right? Like even before the shifts. Let's just look at like this scenario, right? So we have an army over here. This army cannot fight this and this at the exact same time. But if this army comes down here, then we stand a chance at fighting it. Because this army's isolated, we can bring this to attack here, and this guy can attack up here. Right? So you two-pronged attack this side with these forces and these forces. And then these guys are forced to retreat, and then you have a big death ball army that can go towards the HQ. Keeping these guys up here, that's definitely the death sentence of the game. But overall, I thought it was highly entertaining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed too. There's going to be a lot more live leagues in the future. So if you did like it, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.